Hello everyone and welcome back to Crypto Empire, where we dominate the crypto market. My name is Connor. Hope you're all doing very good today and enjoying the holiday season. Let's get right into this live stream because 2024 is coming to an end. We're wrapping it up, just around less than 2 weeks left. And we want to talk about the market today as well as what is to come in 2025. I think it's going to be a big year. So let's get right into this. Hope you're all doing good. Shout out to everyone in the live chat. Starting things off with our crypto market overview. Bitcoin right now is $95,475. Ethereum is trading for $3,286 and Solana is at $180. So the majors right now are all down still from their December highs just 2 weeks ago. And there's a lot of recovery that does need to be done in the market. And we're going to be talking about, when we look at these charts today, the potential scenarios that are going to unfold here over the short term as well as the medium term into the first quarter of 2025. Because when we do analyze these charts, it's going to be very clear that this sell-off, in my opinion, is just a Christmas shakeout. While everyone's distracted over the holidays, everyone's busy spending time with their family, the prices are low, nobody wants to check the charts. It can be depressing if your portfolio is super down, but this is always how it works. And then 3, 4, 5 weeks time, we're going to look back and say, damn, those prices were so low. What was I doing during that time? Oh yeah, that's right. It was Christmas time. I was doing this and that. I was distracted and the prices were down. I wasn't feeling too good and I didn't buy anything. Well, that's always how it works, all right? You have to be greedy when other people are fearful, and always the best buys are going to come in when it's not the consensus. And right now it's really not consensus. So yeah, we'll talk about that at length today. But regardless, looking at our top 100 on crypto bubbles, it's a bit of a mixed bag. Some of the largest gainers of previous days, like Hype, are down 16% on the day. The coins that are green are not green much. You can see nothing is really up 5% right now in the top 100. So the market has slowed down considerably. Again, it's the holiday season. It's Christmas time. Low volume. Everyone's on vacation. People are not basically at their work desk. And with that being said, we are seeing that reflected in the charts with this low volume, choppy price action. Now, when it comes to Bitcoin, nothing has changed really since the last time we were live a few days ago. However, we will go over this chart anyways. So again, we're still holding bullish market structure. If we're to lose bullish market structure, we would need to see some daily candle closures below this $89,000 level down here. We're still well above that, all right? This is a very important order block, demand zone, down here in the low 90s, this current kind of range low. The fact that we're still above that is a great thing for BTC. And again, the real damage has really just been done in altcoins, not necessarily Bitcoin. All right, this is only down 10% or so, 12.1%. Really not that big of a deal on BTC. So again, our most important level to hold down here towards 89,000. We can round it up to 90K for simplicity's sake. It's this entire general price action area outlined in green. We're holding above that. If we do come down into that over the next few days, and altcoins also do revisit their bottoms of their dips, that's probably going to be it, right? I can see a double bottom forming and then likely a major recovery inbound in January. But with that being said, Bitcoin holding stable, sideways, low volume, chop, nothing really happening at all on the Bitcoin front. Same thing goes with ETH. You can see here for ETH, it has come down to our outline levels here in green and towards 3K. All right. And again, the major breakout level for ETH that it put in this year was breaking out above $2,800. It spent a lot of time down here, around 6 months or so, and $2,800 was that main resistance level. It's still above that breakout level, all right? So we don't want to see ETH back below 2,800. We're at 3,300 right now. So yeah, big drop from 4,000. However, it's kind of par for the course, all right? So not too concerned about the Ethereum drop, the Bitcoin drop, even the altcoin drops. I'm expecting big recoveries across the board. And you can see Solana down here just testing the daily 200 EMA. around 180 bucks. You definitely want to see this reclaim 200 quickly. But nonetheless, I really don't see this breaking down and going back to, say, 120 where it was at the lows over the summertime altcoin bear market. So at the moment, again, things are very flat. Altcoins are all down from where they were around 2 weeks ago and 1 week ago. And we are in the Christmas holiday season where it's just low volume in general. That's always what happens during the holidays. Whether it's Christmas, Memorial Day, whatever, it's usually the same situation. With that being said, let's check up on our live chat. We got T13. What's up, T13? Mamet. What's up, Mamet? Benjamin J. Cryptic Informer. Bergen County Real Estate's here as well. What's going on? We got Liberty Bell Rare Coins. We'll get to the questions in a moment. Silvadala. What's up, Silvadala? Guys, smash up that like button. Doles is in here saying the discounts are everywhere. Indeed, they really are everywhere right now. RLZM CEO, what's going on? We got Nomad Dad, Ryan Gums, Dre, Manny, Ben, Storyblock, as well as Adrian Kent with the 2 thumbs up. What is going on, lads? It's a pleasure to have you all here. Be sure to smash up that like button. Let's get into some news on the day. So Trump continues to be pro-crypto and appoint crypto people to his administration. This is a tweet today by Cryptos R Us saying just in, President-elect Trump nominates pro-Bitcoin Steve Moran to lead the Council of Economic Advisors. He says crypto has a big role to play in a Trump administration economic boom. So more bullish stuff coming from Trump. Again, he will be inaugurated on the 20th of January. That is a major date, a major narrative to have on our calendars as crypto investors, traders, whatever. January 20th, huge date, Trump's inauguration. After that, we're going to see a big change, obviously, in the way that things are run over here in the U.S., but very pro-crypto stuff. So just adds to the bullish propaganda, if you will. Speaking of bullish propaganda, let's get into some more bullish propaganda. Here we can see the global liquidity cycle chart by Bar Chart on Twitter. And they have put out an update saying that the global liquidity is entering the next bullish phase in a long-term cycle. And you can see the black line down here is curling up. All right. So basically, yes, we are entering into a bullish phase of the global liquidity cycle. I've shared this a few times. I haven't shared it recently on the global liquidity cycle chart. But again, 2025 is a really big year for it, as it's basically riding momentum higher. And yeah, it adds to the fact that we are in a crypto bull run, a bull run for risk on assets and all good stuff. So patience is for sure needed during these times where the market just got crushed and a lot of coins have lost a lot of value in a short amount of time. However, it's not like we have broken critical support levels. For example, here's Tau testing the yearly open and testing the low price from the 5th or the 4th of November, which was election day, in the local bottom of many altcoins. And it hasn't broke down through it, all right? So again, going back to just how many coins have dropped a lot, but it's not like they have all lost their bullish market structure. Many of them are actually at key support levels right now. So again, shout out to Doles. What did Doles say? His exact words: discounts everywhere. Yes, discounts everywhere. When we see the prices of coins at retesting key support levels or local previous bottoms, I would for sure say that there are discounts everywhere. Now, speaking of discounts, let's talk about memes. Here we have a tweet from Don Alt, and Don Alt is kind of infamous for being a bear. He gets made fun of a lot on crypto Twitter, but he shares his thoughts consistently. So anyways, we'll read this. So he put out this tweet. He said, in quotations, basically, this is what a lot of people are saying right now. He says, I don't know why my portfolio is down so much. I only hold high quality cult meme coins. And then he says, just STFU, man. He says, everyone knows why memes are down, because there is infinite of them, because they went up infinite, both very true. And he says, there are no high quality memes. That's the whole point of it. The worse, the better. You play hot potato, you either win big or you lose big. Accept it. Don't play the victim. And then he says, I'm not against memes in general. I think memes teach you how this space works better than anything else. I agree with that. You'll go through a market cycle in 6 months instead of 4 years. I agree with that. I share that a lot. And you'll learn painful lessons that would otherwise take ages to learn. Just wish people were honest about this. And he's very, very correct. This is a very accurate take. So all the hate that somebody like Don Alt gets, I mean, he does share some good takes. And by the way, you can see the satire, how he leans into getting made fun of all the time. His Twitter bio is a vaxxed matrix agent smug prick KGCR. So yeah, I mean, he leans into being hated on crypto Twitter. But anyways, this is a very accurate take, right? The meme coins got absolutely destroyed recently. A lot of the stuff you see pushed all the time by a lot of big Twitter accounts just absolutely decimated. And it goes back to what he said here about you go through a market cycle in 6 months instead of 4 years. This is very important to note, this part here. Everything is accelerated in the meme coin space. There are exceptions that can stand the test of time and continue to go up. But for the most part, these things have a boom cycle and then they just can't be going up infinitely, right? One that's pushed a lot is this coin FWOG on Solana. And, people just never stopped posting bullish things about it. It did drop 73% from its all-time high, which took place on the 13th of November, and it's currently down around 60 or so percent. So something like this, talking about a market cycle happening in 6 months instead of 4 years, this shows it perfectly. This thing was released in July, and within 3 months, it actually went up 8,500x in less than 4 months. So this is a full market cycle that actually wasn't even to the top, sorry. To the top, it went up 10,000x. 10,000x in 106 days, right? So this is what he means by saying that a market cycle happens in a shorter amount of time instead of 4 years for Bitcoin, right? Meme coins accelerate everything. And if you catch a gain, or if you see a chart like this going up 10,000x in 3 months, and you see the parabolic trend go straight up, it's usually not a good idea to listen to all the people on Twitter. It is a good idea to use critical thinking. I think having critical thinking skills is imperative for your success in the crypto market, because not everyone is necessarily out to get you. Sometimes somebody's just too bullish on something and they're blinded by the euphoria and they're blinded by the FOMO. That does happen, right? Not everyone is out to get you. Sometimes people are the victim of their own emotions when they're overly bullish on something, and they just continue to bull post all the time. But a lot of the time, you're going to have to use your critical thinking skills by looking at a chart and being like, damn, this thing went up 10,000x in 3 months, and it's now like straight up vertical. Like, maybe it's not the best idea to ape the top of this and wait for a major pullback if I did want to buy something like this. And yeah, having critical thinking skills is very important. Now, something like this, look, people are saying the bottom's in. Look, I can see this coming all the way back down to these levels. And this would be, what, a $100 million market cap? I mean, look, this is the whole kind of bottom base that it formed. Yeah, I mean, this thing can easily come back down to 100 mil, which is another 60% drop from current price, as many of the memes can. I mean, we've seen what happens. We have seen what happens. Here's Brett, for example. In the past 21 days, it's down 45%. Now, Brett is a bit different. It's in a bit of a different category because you basically have a cult meme leader nonstop posting about it, giving everyone in the community constant reassurance that it's a good project and a good pick to hold, right? Many other meme coins don't have this, say, leader to constantly bull post. Brett does, right? They have Crash for that. So regardless, it's still going to succumb to the market fluctuations. You're still going to see the major drops in the meme coins. So anyways, if your portfolio is down astronomically right now and you're only in meme coins, let it be a lesson. I agree with Don Alt here. There's an infinite amount of coins. There's a new hot one every single day. And that's not going to stop until the cycle comes to a close. And even through the bear market, you're still going to be seeing meme coins pop off. That's always what happens. People are always going to be up for gambling. Here's the newest one on the block, the unicorn fart dust coin. We had All Day Dre actually spot this one early. I'm pretty sure he crushed this trade. But still, in the past 3 days, it's down 63%, which is just showing you need to use critical thinking skills, right? Don't try and ape something after it's already gone parabolic. Look for it to basically be forming some kind of pullback structure, some consolidation. Look for the demand zones, use your critical thinking skills, and that's going to take you really, really far. Apart from just blindly listening to people who are just overly bullish and euphoric on your Twitter timeline. That really won't get you too far. You're going to notice as you spend more time in the market, when ideas are presented in this like FOMO, low IQ emotional state, like I just found this coin and it's the best thing ever, and people are just too emotional about it, it's usually not a great time to buy said asset. When an idea is presented in a clear manner, straight thinking, not a lot of emotions, like, hey guys, check out this one, I think it could do well for these reasons, X, Y, and Z. And it's like, you actually have a thesis behind it instead of just like emotionally saying it's the best thing ever. You're going to notice over time that those are usually going to be the better ones. Just something to keep in mind. Notice the language used by people. When they're overly emotional and just like too enthusiastic about something, pick up on that. Because again, the best plays are usually shared in like a calm state, well-presented thesis, clear-headed, not this like meme coin, low IQ, retardation take. So anyways, the memes, they're not going to stop, but this was a necessary purging out for many of them, and many will not go back to make new all-time highs. Just like in the past, most meme coins never make a new all-time high after they have their first parabolic rally, their first market cycle, their first boom and bust. So evaluate your holdings, and in the future, when you're up hundreds of X's on some stupid meme coin and you didn't sell in the past, remember, you should sell in the future. You need to pay yourself regularly. You need to have a healthy profit-taking schedule. Anyways, moving on to another tweet. So this one's actually a few weeks old. This is from December 4th from this guy Owen on Twitter. And this tweet blew up. This one went viral in the Twitter algorithm, or the X algorithm. So on December 4th, which was when the market was very, very bullish, Bitcoin at that time was trading for around $100,000. Altcoins were pumping at that time. But this guy tweeted, in 2 to 3 weeks, you'll regret not selling everything back then at that very moment at the beginning of December. Here we are 2 to 3 weeks later, and it's very accurate, right? Many people are like, damn, I should have sold. I can't believe I held through this drop. And then he says, in 2 to 3 months, you'll regret not holding on to it all. What's he saying? He's saying things are going to make a huge recovery in 2025, basically. And he says, up to you what you do with this. So yeah, I mean, the foresight here with this tweet was very, very accurate, which is why you can see the numbers. It did do so well. Very good foresight, very good forecast for the market here from this guy. And it again just paints the picture of the emotional volatility that you're going to face here, right? When prices are down, you regret not taking profit. But because we're in a bull market cycle, I do expect these prices to recover and go on to make new highs, which is why, he says here, you'll regret not holding on to it all in 2025. So yeah, guys, I mean, look, Christmas discount, basically, a lot of people are thinking the Grinch stole Christmas this year. And maybe they did. If you were overly leveraged and you lost it all, that's on you. That's 100% your fault for being overly leveraged and getting liquidated. But for the most part, most people holding spot are going to be perfectly fine. Most people holding spot are going to be in large, large profits first quarter of 2025. So keep your chin up, keep your head up, and understand the game we're playing, right? Think of all this like a game show. Remember those game shows where all the people have, they could take $100,000 now, or they can spin the wheel again and maybe make 250 grand, and then they risk it and they spin the wheel and then they lose it all. Think of your crypto portfolio like that, right? Keyword there is game show or game. The keyword's game. This is a large game on a grand scale worldwide. All right, and each person's on their own individual game show. So in 2025, when you see your portfolio skyrocket, remember that, right? You can spin the wheel again and risk everything, or you can take the prize now. Everyone watching from home on their TV shouting, just take the money and run, take the money and run. But the stubborn guy in the TV show spins the wheel again and loses it all. Don't let that be you, lads. Nonetheless, let's go ahead and move on now. Let's get into some questions and take a look at some altcoins. Let's see. T13 says, what do you think about DeSci, CZ, and Armstrong? Has been talking about it a lot, but feels it's been swept under the rug. Might be a sleeper this cycle. Yeah, the DeSci narrative, Brian Armstrong and CZ have both said how they're bullish on decentralized science projects. They did pump for a very short moment of time. It was all speculation, right? All the degens were like, these guys like these DeSci coins, let's all buy them. So they pumped in a short amount of time. They've retraced a lot. Probably will come back at some point in this cycle. It's not a bad place to have some allocation in your portfolio too. And that's what I think about it. Let's see. Benjamin says, what's up, Connor and Crypto Empire? Hope you're all good and don't sell the dip. Keep your head up. Indeed, Benjamin. Indeed. And Liberty Bell Rare Coin says, what are your thoughts on crocrypto.com? So crypto.com is a bullish coin. It's kind of like in the same normie category as something like XRP, if you will. Right? It kind of has that same consensus or mind share of banker coins like that. So something like CRO, you can see the bear market. November 2022 was down here at 5 cents. It bottomed out down here at 5 cents. Pumped in October 2023. And it's just in a macro weekly time frame uptrend where you're seeing higher highs and higher lows. Higher high here. Higher low ideally is forming now after putting in this next higher high. So I like CRO. I don't have anything bad to say about it. I think it's going to continue to do well this cycle. It's already up 3x from the bear market low. Again, it's in this weekly time frame uptrending pattern basically where the price is making higher highs and higher lows. So that's what you want to see. It's definitely not dead. Now, it did go parabolic over here in November. It went from 6-7 cents, shot right up here to 24 cents, right? A very clean 3 to 4x approximately. And it's just pulling back now. All right, so CRO, I would say, again, all these coins are at critical support levels. If you look at CRO, it's down here at the lows of this current range. So if you are in the camp that you don't think that the bull run is over and you don't think that prices are going to come back down to bear market levels, well, then buying the discount of the current range is usually a very good idea. All right, maybe it's going to come back down to 13 or 14 cents, right? Or 12 cents where the daily 200 EMA is. Whatever, right? Even at current price, you're at the discount of the current range. Maybe it wants to drop some more, but there's a very good chance it will continue this weekly time frame uptrend and go on to continue to make higher highs. So yeah, CRO, definitely not the worst coin to be holding. And the chart does look pretty enticing with prices at the current discount of its range. Let's see. Ben says, what are your predictions for IXS swap, which is a real world asset coin? Largely compliant, has some connections with Coinbase. As you can see, they are deployed on the Base network. Now, predictions for something like IXS swap, I think it's going to do well as a real world asset coin. It's not my first choice, so to say, but I can still see it going to hundreds of millions in market cap, right? Whether or not it hits billions, I'm really not sure. I won't speak on that, but I can see a $400 to $500 million market cap for something like this project. Let's see. Storyblock says, "Hey mate, do you have any update about USDT getting removed from the EU? Is that true?" I think I heard rumors about that. A lot of people, or a lot of entities, are switching to USDC only because it's more compliant in the US. I'm not sure. I'm not in the EU, so it's not like this is going to critically impact me. But I have heard a lot about a lot of USDT shifting into USDC because it is much more compliant. So it could be the case, but again, I'm not a European citizen right now. I will be soon. So yeah, that really doesn't impact me too much, so I'm not sure. But yeah, that does remind me to take a look at these dominance charts, because these are always important to continue to check up on, right? Because these have large implications of how the cycle will actually play out, right? Many people don't look at these charts because they do require, again, some critical thinking. But if you can decipher what's going on, it will give you an edge over people that don't use these. So looking at Bitcoin dominance, again, major breakdown, and it still is coming back up. We would have liked to see a rejection from around the 57-58% level, which was resistance. It actually broke through it. So at this moment in time, we are going to find out shortly if this was the top over here at the end of November, or we're going to see another higher high actually at around 63.5%, which is largely possible, right? This level marked out 63.5. So regardless, the idea here is for Bitcoin dominance to go on and drop like a rock when we will get our altcoin season. And I do think that's going to happen still, even if this does go on to make a higher high. All that means it's going to extend the length of time it takes for the drop to happen. But the plan remains the same, right? Whether we end up falling from here or we end up falling from here, it's the same kind of plan, the same play involved. It's just going to be at a later date that we get the hysteric altcoin season that many people are not only expecting, but kind of gambling their entire future on, which sounds really bad, but it's definitely the case for a lot of people. So yeah, we'll continue to monitor Bitcoin dominance. And now we have USDT dominance. And like we were talking about in the last live stream, if this is to reclaim 5%, then yeah, there's a good chance that it's all over, right? Because you don't want to see USDT dominance go this high. It means a lot of people are selling altcoins for stablecoin. So we want to basically see a rejection from around this 4.5% level, and we want to see this go on to break support at 3.7 and head down to 3%. Right? When we see Bitcoin dominance drop and we see USDT dominance dropping down here towards 3%, that's how we know that we're in the altcoin season, and we don't want to necessarily try and wait to find the exact bottom. We want to be scaling out profits, especially when we're holding a coin that ends up pumping really hard during this drop. If our coin pumps 20x and USDT dominance is only here, but we think it could go here, I don't think you should be stubborn and hold and try and time that exact bottom. I think you should have a healthy profit-taking schedule and scale out on the way down. All right, so again, these are two very important metrics to keep your eyes on going forward as we do progress into 2025. Right now, they're still intact. In order for them to not be intact, we would basically have to see this go back up above 5% and be closing daily candles above it. That would be very worrisome for the state of the entire cycle, but that's just not the case right now. Right? It's basically at resistance now with all altcoins at very key critical support levels. So if we bounce on alt and we reject on this, we got some really good times ahead, like really, really bullish times ahead, where it's kind of the full-blown market-wide altcoin season that we haven't had since the start of 2021. It's a 4-year cycle, again, going back to what Don Alt says, right? It's largely accelerated in the meme coin space, but for most coins, you only do get that crazy drop in the dominance of Bitcoin and stablecoins once every 4 years. Let's see. JP Moon says, what's up? What's going on, JP? Brian Ozdemir, how are you? Monica says, hi from Las Vegas. How are you doing, Monica? Carlos says, yo. Wait, smashes the like button, yo. What's up, my man Carlos? Appreciate you smashing that like button. Thank you for your support, sir. Shout out to Josh saying like it up. Shout out to Manufacturing Contempt saying please smash that like button. You guys are the best. Thank you for your support. And yes, everyone who hasn't smashed the like button yet, go ahead right now and smash up the like button. Thank you. Bartlin says Sui $5 soon. Sui is looking very good compared to many altcoins, right? It's this is what we're talking about when we're saying a holding bullish market structure, right? This is what you want to see from Sui. This is the perfect example of holding bullish market structure. So you can see on the dip, where did it go? It went directly to the monthly open, right? Many coins did similar things, and they're actually still hanging out by their monthly open. Sui, on the other hand, put it in a wick directly to it, and it bounced immediately back into where it was in the $4.25 to 50 cent levels. So Sui $5 soon. I mean, look, that's our next, that would be a higher high, right? That would just be price going here. It's really not that far from current price. So for sure, I would say it will hit $5 and go beyond that. What's the market cap right now? Like 16 million or so. But nonetheless, yeah, Sui is one of the strongest altcoins in the market. And here we are in the 12-hour time frame. Really just a great example of what relative strength is. Now for Sui, I think what we need to do is isolate this. And I think this green box is going to be your current buy zone, which goes down to $3.45. Okay, so yes, Sui $5 soon. I agree. If you see another drop into our new outline zone here, that would be a buy. And then you want to see it basically go on to continue its bull market ascent. But yeah, Sui's looking very good at this moment in time. And again, with most altcoins relative to Sui, most altcoins are, say, down here. You know, the fact that Sui is holding so strong is a good sign. If it does dip again, look for that dip. It probably will be a good one. Now, speaking about the new layer ones that are using the Move programming language, Aptos is right in the same league as Sui. It's actually technically faster than Sui. But something just happened with Aptos where their CEO and the co-founder actually went ahead and resigned. That dude with like the long gray hair used to work at Facebook and Diem. Yeah, well, he is no longer the CEO of Aptos, right? Many people are saying that he was ousted by the board of the company, right? That he was basically removed. Now, he's still serving as an advisor for the project. He's just no longer in the CEO role. So when that happened, we saw a big drop in the price, right? I mean, it dropped on the day of the crash. It also dropped this week. And recently that news came out just 1 or 2 days ago, and it actually tanked the price here. But where did it go? Right to the yearly open, right? The monthly open for Aptos was up here at 13.50, much higher than current price. But the yearly open down here at like 940 or so, we've seen Aptos come directly to this level. Now, what I would be looking out for on something like Aptos, I don't think it's done. I don't think because they changed CEOs that the whole project is finished now. I think it's too big at this moment in time and there's too much backing. I think it will recover is what I'm trying to say. Now, what you want to look out for, simple. You can see the Fibonacci on the chart here. I would be looking out for the golden pocket, the 61.8 retracement, which is at $8.50. Also, if you look at the chart, it does line up perfectly with this level of support. All right. And it's basically just in between the yearly open and the quarterly open. So this is a nice big pocket that we want to see the price basically hold, right? If we do come down to 850, we want to see it find a base there and ideally make a nice reclaim and go on to make some higher highs, new all-time highs. But Aptos, again, very similar to Sui. It just doesn't have the same kind of marketing take and different management, obviously. It's different but similar. Same, but different. But yeah, still bullish on Aptos despite the CEO change. And again, be looking out for that golden pocket at 850. Over Christmas, if we get some really, really low volume and, you know, another kind of scare. I don't think it's going to be a major crash. It will probably be a quick dip and rebound. And that would be perfect to see something like Aptos go to the golden pocket. So have your eyes on that. And then the other new layer one is something like Sui. And if you look at Sui, right, similar drop in comparison to Aptos. 40-50% drop. But again, where has it gone to, all right? So your monthly open was up here at the highs. Your yearly open was up here. Your quarterly open and daily 200 EMA drop below that, but it's coming to our green demand zone. So again, all these coins are at really critical support levels with USDT dominance at a key resistance level. It makes sense to see a reversal out of all this stuff soon. I do think most of the damage is done, and I just don't expect these coins to come back down into bear market prices, which something like Sui, it would be all the way down here below 30 cents. I don't think we're entering into a new bear market. And because I think we're in a bull market, I want to see these coins hold these support levels. So that's where I am, or that's how I'm actively playing this market and looking at it. All right, that is the general outlook I have at the moment. Let's see. We got Crawford. Thoughts on Sensei. So my thoughts are not changed from all the other times I've gotten asked about this coin over the past few days and weeks. Right, I get asked about this coin every single live stream. So I don't have any new thoughts on the project. We'll take a look at the chart to see the update. And when I was being asked about it up here, I basically said, great move off of the lows, but don't FOMO. Don't FOMO after a huge green rally. And this is a good example why. Now, if you look at the chart, it's come directly into this demand zone that formed on, what, this stupid tool. Sorry, guys. Let's get the price range here. All right. Looks like my settings for some reason have been reset on this device. Looks like we just had a super chat come in. Shout out to Omar. Thank you for the $5 super chat, Omar. We'll get to that in just a moment. All right, let's go ahead and fix our price range and get this label off. We don't need the label. And we're gonna wanna turn the opacity to 0% so we don't have annoying numbers on our chart. There we go. Nice green box there with no annoying things attached to it. So anyways, back to Sensei. Yeah, it's dropped right into this demand zone. So again, critical level. Something like this that's so low market cap, it is not exempt from volatility. So anyways, look for this to find a base around here. All right. I would be careful because I've seen these lose this level and come all the way back down to the actual origin of the rally, which would be down here. All right. So have that in the back of your mind, but you do want to see a base form in this current green zone on Sensei. All right, let's get into Omar's super chat. He says, for the Spaceman indicator, what levels do you keep and which do you remove? And what do you think of C-Pool? Good question there, Omar. All right, so for the Spaceman indicator, if you open up the settings, so I've removed everything that I don't want. We'll go through it from top to bottom. Nothing on the 4-hour, none of this global stuff. We want the daily open, we want the Monday range and the mid range, we want the weekly open and the previous high and low, H/L, and we want the monthly open, the quarterly open, and the yearly open on the chart. That's what I use. Now, C-Pool. What do you think of C-Pool? So good coin, right? RWA, kind of chain link narrative. Very, very bullish chart. Up only on all these centralized exchanges. Now, what do I think of the chart? So, 32 cents. As well as even the monthly open is where I would want to buy it. right? Good project, good fundamentals, good narrative. Now, if we're going to be talking prices where we want to buy it, it's going to be 32 cents to 23 cents, really. The monthly opens at 25, 26 cents, right in here. This is where you want to pay wholesale prices for it. So it may not get down there because I do understand that, it's currently at the bottom of its current kind of range structure over here at 36 cents to 40, where it is now. So either it's going to hold this, just kind of go sideways, hit the trend line, and then ideally resume the trend, or it will drop, lose support, drop to these levels, people buy it up down here, and then it reclaims. But yeah, if you want to pay the best prices available, I would be waiting for sub 32 cents on C-Pool. But Omar, thank you for the super chat. And guys, I noticed my man JP Moon. I'm sorry for missing the super chat. I just seen it right now for the first time. But anyways, JP Moon, thank you, sir. He says, huge fan of your channel. Thinking of joining your VIP group. Thank you for your support. He says, can you check out Pepe Coin? For sure we could. All right, Pepe Coin is pulling back majorly. This is an example, right, of a coin losing a critical support level. This $3 level was holding after multiple touches, like what we just looked at Clearpool, for example, at 40 cents. And then it lost it. And where did it come down to? Well, the next demand zone. All right, so Pepe Coin right now has a lot of work to do. This sold off majorly. Based AI as well is in a similar situation, and the two coins do actually go hand in hand. You can see here Based AI kind of similar market structure. Big pump, large retracement, all the way back down to the origin of the rally. I think Pepe Coin is actually down more, comparing the two side by side. So yeah, looking at this Pepe Coin chart, look, it's in a pretty important demand zone, and here's the thing. Either the project is completely done with, which I don't think is the case. And if the project is completely done with, you're going to see it come down here to $1.70 and then break this and then go back to bear market prices. Or you're going to see this thing do what it's done every single time in 2024 when it's dipped below $2. It bounces big time when it drops below $2. All right, so I would be looking for Pepe Coin to maybe go and just test this level again at 170. Maybe it wants to shake out all the weak hands, right? When it's down here at 170, if it does come down here again, think of what the holder sentiment's going to be. Damn, this thing was up here at $6 and I didn't sell. Now it's all the way down at the bottom again. It's going to break the support level and go back to the bear market price. I need to sell it now and go buy the new hot meme coin. This is what the people are going to be thinking when the price is down here. Obviously, this is the opposite of how you should be thinking, because this is fear thinking, right? This is zero conviction thinking. Why did you buy a coin in the first place? Because you thought it was a good project. In Pepe Coin's case, a good AI coin with a good solid team building on Ethereum since 2016. So anyways, if you see it down here at 170, it probably will do what it's done every single time in the past in 2024. It's probably going to put in a major reversal. So look out for that. My arrow got a little carried away. There we go. Yeah, look out for 170. Sub $2. That is your discount of the current range. Again, it's already down, like 50% plus 60%. I mean, down here would be 70%. I don't see it going down 99% just yet. Probably will in the bear market, but we're not in the bear market yet. So yeah, look for that big bounce from sub $2 on Pepe Coin. Thank you for the super chat, JP Moon. A lot of questions today here in the live chat, guys. Smash up that like button. Let's see. I'm going to go through the chat from where I believe we did leave off. And let's see. The Habit Accelerator, I already did address Aptos even before I saw your comment. But no, I don't think it's done with the CEO change. Notice how it lined up perfectly with this like depressing time in the market. That's not a coincidence. Definitely not a coincidence. Definitely some coordination happening there from the Aptos board of trustees or so. So yeah, I don't think Aptos is a sell. I think it's actually going to do quite well this cycle. That's me personally, though. Of course, I encourage you to employ your own critical thinking and come to your own decision. Let's see. Thoughts on Aleph 0, A0. So something like A0, it has always struggled with gaining traction. And, you know, ever since 2023, I've been calling this coin a late mover. What is a late mover? If you've read the Crypto Empire free ebook from Gumroad, you should be familiar with what a late mover is. A late mover is something that is not going to do well until the very end of the cycle when you get that Bitcoin dominance drop and that USDT dominance drop, basically in the actual altcoin season. So yeah, A0 as a late mover, it is just underperforming everything basically. This chart is definitely, it's brutal. There's no way to sugarcoat it. Now, if you're looking at A0, it's kind of a damn shame because it did pump from 30 cents up here to 70 cents in 2 weeks. It was here at 70 cents at the start of December, and now it's back down to 40 cents, right? So basically a 45% drop, 42%, 47 to the lows. Yeah. Big drop, back down to the lows of this year. So again, if we're going to be in a bear market, what probably will happen is it's going to lose this level and make some lower lows. That's what happens in a downtrend. For now, I would still classify all of this as just sideways choppy accumulation. All right. I do think A0 will put in a decent performance at the very end of the cycle when every shitcoin pumps. Until then, it's going to be brutal like it has been. All right, so it's up to you if you want to continue to hold something like that, or you can consider rotating into it with profits from other coins over the course of the cycle. All right, that rotation game can be very powerful. So anyways, for A0, yeah, I mean, again, like all altcoins right now, basically, except for Sui, which is performing really well, it's at a very important level. All right, if it's going to lose this, it's going back to Goblin Town. It's basically going to zero. So you want to see it just kind of continue to base and chop around, and then when the time is right, start to pump out of the 30-cent levels. I don't think it's going to zero, although it's been a really, really bad performer. The team must be selling tokens or something for the chart to look like this, because there's clearly a lot more selling than buying happening on this thing. But I do think it will put in a bull market rally when the conditions do permit. And it needs perfect conditions because the thing just really is a brutal, brutal performer. Anyways, we got another super chat from JP Moon. Thank you, sir, for the super chat. He says, can you forecast price targets / take profit targets for Ondo? Yeah, we can go ahead and do that for sure, JP. Thank you for the super chat. So one Ondo apparently equals one condo. That's the narrative being put out on crypto Twitter. And if that's the case, well, this thing will continue to increase in value. That's just a bit of a joke. But anyways, so some levels for Ondo. Well, you guys know my style. I do like to use Fibonacci extension levels. I also like to use trend lines extended from resistance. All right, so if we're going to use some trend lines from resistance, let's see. We're on log scale, so we'll continue to be on log scale. What I'll do first of all is I'll grab this high, I'll grab this high, and I'll just right click and I'll extend the right line like so. So in the future, if or when you see Ondo put in some kind of move like this, JP, I recommend on your own trading view chart, you do exactly what I just did, and you put your trend line at the, the same, put it on the chart in the same manner I just did so that you can use this in the future. So in the future, if you do see Ondo rally to this resistance trend line, that's going to be a good take profit. Wherever it does get hit, whether it's going to be here in January at like $4, in February, in March. If it happens in March, it's going to be, around $5 to $6. In February, around $4 to $5, etc. So that's going to be your first thing to use when it comes to identifying good levels to sell Ondo in a parabolic market rally. Another good thing to use would be Fibonacci extension levels. All right. So what I'll do is I'll pull this high at 148. This is where it peaked out in June, and I'll pull it down to the low on the 5th of August, and we get extension levels on the chart. Now, if we look at the current extension at the 0.618, it's actually the negative because I use my Fibonacci in reverse, just personal preference. I've always done it. But you can see how the 61.8 worked perfectly for this local top. All right, so it's not magic, it's just Fibonacci, and it is a pretty reliable tool, which is why I do actually use it. And I'm using it right now in this example. It's freezing in my studio right now, by the way. I'm basically shivering, but we're all good. Anyway, we'll carry on. Anyways, so yeah, the 61.8 worked, all right? So the 1618 is up here at $3.08. $3.08 is the negative 1618. So this is a level to take profit in the future. And we'll put the 2618. Go ahead and implement this on our Fibonacci tool there. And there we go. The 2618 is at $4 and the 3618 is at $5. This is what I would be using for future take profit prices. Using just the 61.8 fibs. $3, $4, $5. Could it go higher? Potentially, but you have to understand it's already in billions in market cap. It's already $2 billion. So up at $5, it would be around 10, which is, it could be a rare exception that goes on to like 30, 50 million, maybe, but I wouldn't bank on that. So I would largely, and especially whales were buying this coin at 20 cents, 8x from current price. So yeah, I mean, $5 would be what, a 45x from that. So yeah, I would consider selling at those fib levels. Just me though. That's just me. Let's see. Shout out to Woody. We got Woody in the live chat saying Merry Christmas, Connor and the Crypto Empire fam. Thank you for the live stream. You got it, Woody. Thank you for your support. Let's see. HH, can Arrow reach a 30 billion market cap? It's a bit of a tough question to answer because unfortunately I do not have the power to peek into the future and get exact predictions. Can Arrow 30x? That's tough. I would say that is tough to see it 30x. I would definitely wouldn't be counting on that to happen. Why? Well, the coin was 8 cents in February of this year. 8 cents, right? It pumped up to $2.40, pulled back to 50 cents. Now it's at $1.50. 30 billion, 30x from the current price, which would be what, $40? Let me confirm that actually. Just some quick napkin math. Whoops. When I hit those number keys, you get those stupid sound effects. I need to take those off, sorry. All right. Sorry about that. So anyways, It would be $44. Is that math correct? I think so. I'd say there's a slim chance that happens. I definitely wouldn't be accounting or banking on a 30x for Arrow. What I would do is the same thing we did on Ondo. I would pull a fib and I would use the 618 at 360, the 1618 at 550. If it gets up there, $7.50 at the 2618. I would be using these for take profit levels and not banking for a 30x to like $40 on this coin, because that is most likely a pipe dream. That's what the game show hosts are telling you. They're waving, spin the wheel, hold it for a 30x. Meanwhile, you're already up like 20x. Oh, spin the wheel, keep on going, trying to tempt you to stay, and when they're just gonna pull it all, and you're gonna walk out with nothing. Anyways, we got a super chat from Mary77. He says, I bought CAS at 18 cents and 19 cents. Should I hodl or sell this for Sui or Tau? Price prediction for CAS this bull run. So listen, Mary, I appreciate the super chat. The first part of your question, should you sell? Should you hold or sell? That is something that only you can answer yourself. This is your money at risk. This is your money at the line. And I'm not going to give you financial advice on what to do with your money. All right. Now, Caspa, I think, is a good coin that is going to do well. It hasn't done anything for 13 or 14 months now. It's been completely sideways in a sideways range. It's been a very, very tough hold for anybody that bought it over the past 13, 14 months. Right? Whether you bought it down here at the peak or up there at the peak or down here at the lows of the range, you're probably still like, man, this coin's a piece of shit. That's just how everyone thinks when their coin isn't pumping for 13, 14 months. So understand, again, going back to every other altcoin we've looked at this live stream, they're all down here at very important levels. Usually they're in the discounts of their range, testing something like the yearly open, which you can see in Caspa's case. If you think it's a bear market, well, then you'd expect this to lose the range and then just be all over, which, I mean, anything can happen. Of course, anything could happen. I don't think the probability of that happening is going to play out. I think likely it will recover and actually resolve this range to the upside. Should you sell it for Sui or Tau? Look, me personally, I have both Tau and Caspa, but I have a lot more Tau than Cas, okay? So, I mean, I got both in my personal portfolio, so it's, you know, that's how I'd answer that part of that question. I'm not going to tell you, yeah, you should sell it 100%. That's, who am I to tell you that? That's not why I'm here. But anyways, price prediction for Caspa. Now, my price prediction has really been, the same. I've always been looking for minimum $1, but I think $2 to $3 is potentially possible. Now, as time has gone on, many people have lost hope in the idea of it going to something like $2 to $3. Now, the thing is, that largely is using forecasts from previous cycles and other top layer ones, in the sense that we've seen coins like ADA Cardano go on to 85, 90 billion market caps. We've seen Solana go up to those levels as well. Caspa is kind of largely the same, but it's new for this cycle. So if it's going to match those peak market caps of say 80, 90 billion, well, then it will go to $2 to $3. Even if it only does half of that to something like 45 billion or 40 billion, you're still going to see like $1.50 Caspa. So, yeah, I mean, those are my rough price predictions in terms of minimum and maximums. And again, I'm not going to tell you whether or not you should sell for something else, because that's a decision you're going to have to make. And that's not my job to tell you, yeah, you need to sell it on a YouTube live stream nonetheless. Let's see. Chris says is not closing at 70K 97K bearish. Is not closing at 97K bearish. I'm not really, is not closing it, is that bearish or bullish? Is that what you're asking? Let's see, the 97K level is basically the daily open today. Now, I'm not really too concerned with that. I'm more concerned about the key level down here, outlined in green for Bitcoin, all right? You know, if we're closing below this, that's bearish in my view, okay? Right now, ironically enough, through all this 12% drop or whatever it was from the high, you know, we're actually still holding bullish market structure as long as we're above this down here, all this. So closing at 97K is short term, you know, potentially bearish for us to go down to 90, but as long as we're not closing below these levels down here, 89, 88,000, no, I don't think we're bearish. Let's see, Meet Angel, he says, hi, I've been watching your videos for a while. Thank you for the information. What do you think about Beppe? So Beppe on base is back down to a 9 mil market cap. The thing is that every base coin has a very similar chart right now. Down 60% from the high in 17 days. And I mean, the biggest coin on base right now, as far as I'm concerned, by market cap, it's Brett, but in mind share, it's Ski. If you see Ski, you know, it lost this support level down here. All right. It was in a nice range for a long time. It lost the range. So even the strongest coin on base is, you know, selling off pretty hard right now. So a small cap like Beppe, it's really performing like the majority of base meme coins right now. Now I like Beppe. I've made a video on this before. Team did reach out, and you know, I really don't take every deal that comes across my desk. Beppe was one that I've known about for a long time, so I was like, yeah, screw it, I'll make a video for them. I think it's a good meme. So anyways, here's your origin of the pump: 8 million market cap to 5.3 million. You want to see this level hold, okay? So if you see price wick down into here again, I'd say this is your buy zone. Being that this is a meme, anything can happen. Understand that. All right. Meme coins are, people say, oh, everything is a meme, all that. But look, actual meme coins are more volatile than most centralized exchange altcoins. That's just how it is. That's reality. So with that said, anything can happen. All right. So maybe it wants to totally tank and come down to this base support. All right. That could potentially happen. But I would like to see this green zone end up holding, and I'd like to see a nice reversal out of this. All right. I mean, whether it just goes straight up like that or whether it goes like this and then back down to test and then up here and then pull back again, probably will be more like something like this. But regardless, you want to see this green box I have outlined end up. You want to see buyers step in there and hold the price there. Bob Hawk, can I swap tokens for tax loss harvest? Of course, yeah, before December 31st. So you still have, what, over a week to do that. Anything that you're in a loss on, you know, you can sell in a loss and you can report losses for that. So yeah, I mean, for sure a lot of people are doing that. It always happens at the end of the year. And you can do it too if you want to, for sure. Nothing's stopping you from doing that. Let's see, we got Joey Joe in here. What's up, Joey Joe? He says, hey, Connor, I think I found a pretty good buy. America's meme coin on ETH. The one with the pic of Elon and Trump with laser eyes. I've been building a bag past couple of weeks. America's meme coin. So this would be something for the Trump narrative, the Trump inauguration narrative. You say it's the one with Trump and Elon with laser eyes. I'm not seeing that. On ETH. It's this one. I was looking at just the actual token. I didn't see this banner. But anyways, here's the coin you're talking about, Joey Joe. Yeah, so I mean, look, as someone who's been in this game for a while, I have seen meme coin charts like this revive from the dead. It's happened. It wouldn't be the first time, and it probably wouldn't be the last time. Something like this, it's a gamble for sure, right? I mean, a low liquidity, low market cap meme coin. Anything can happen. It's a gamble for the inauguration, basically. So, yeah. I mean, I understand the thesis, Joey Joe. But understand I have like 250 people watching me live, so I'm not going to be like, yeah, this is the greatest thing ever. Everyone needs to go buy this. Like that's I'm not going to say that. It's a high risk play. It's a very high risk play. So hopefully it pumps for you. Now, someone was asking me earlier about Doge on ETH. Department of Government Efficiency. Well, I actually haven't looked at this chart in a bit of time. But well, I'm actually pleasantly surprised to see how this thing is shaping up. Very interesting here. That the only line I have on the chart is this trend line from the bottom in October, touching the lows at the end of October and the election low. And all I did was extend that line to the right. And ironically enough, the price is right on the trend line. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Yes. So this coin, Department of Government Efficiency, I know the bonk guy is big on it. I think he is the largest holder. And over here, a bunch of people on Twitter were bull posting this thing. And it did bounce like 60%, but now it's sold off to the trend line. This does look like a very attractive level to buy a coin like this. Yes, the market cap is pretty high at 122 million. It is. However, this thing has the potential to snap back like a rubber band. Let's see. From the high, it is down to the low, 81%. That's or 84%. That's on the money. That's what you look for. That nice 80% drop. And it's just very, very ironic to me that it's dropped directly to this trend line. So what I would look for on something like Doge here, knowing that this day, the 20th of January, is a very big day for all Elon Musk related coins, because that's when Trump gets inaugurated. And I mean, look, Elon's basically the vice president. So I would look for a reclaim of 14 cents here. All right, I look for a reclaim. And I mean, I can see a potential scenario, much like with the election coins, where it wants to rally into this date. So if you do see it rallying into January 20th, I would consider taking profit, because it could be a sell the news, and you can look to get back in at a later date and a lower price if you're super bullish on it. But very attractive price right now. Like this up here, let's lay this out simply in layman's terms for everyone. All right, I would call this retail prices down here or up here. And I would classify over here as wholesale. like so. There you go. You want to pay wholesale. So yeah, I mean, Doge is very attractive here actually. Looks pretty damn bullish to me. Another one for Trump's inauguration, Strategic Bitcoin Reserve, SBR on ETH. And it's just in a long base. Just a nice long base here for SBR. Similar, I mean, this is wholesale. Up here would be retail. So, I mean, both of these I think are very good plays for the inauguration. And I look for them to rally into the end of January. What do I think is the easiest 10x? So there is really no like guaranteed easy 10x out there. For me personally, I would look into AI coins, right? If you don't want to go into the meme trenches, I would consider looking into AI coins, right? A lot of these coins do claim they're building true AGI. But there's really only one that has, in my mind at least, that has the level of genius founder behind it to be able to accomplish something like this, right? The credentials of the person behind it, being able to actually match up with the claim of building something like true AGI. And that coin for me is actually Cubic. So there's no guarantees. There is zero such thing as free lunch. But in terms of investing in the AI narrative, you know, something that's what, a 400 million market cap at the moment, if it's going to reach the current valuations of the top AI coins, it would be a 10x. I think something like Cubic can do something like that. So there's no easy 10x out there, but I think Cubic can pull a move like that, as well as other AI coins as well. There's going to be many AI coins that do 10x plus. Cubic's one of them for me. Test one. Hey, Bitcoin is now dropping. I'm not sure if this is a serious question or like satire. He says, Bitcoin is now dropping. Should I still hold my alts? What are your thoughts about that? Again, I'm not sure if this is sarcasm or a serious question. I'm going to answer it like it's a serious question though. My thoughts are that you are likely a newer crypto investor and you're succumbing to your emotions, probably. Maybe that's not the case. Maybe you've been in the market for a while and you're just like overexposed or something and you're asking that. But most likely, you know, you bought altcoins, say at the start of December and, you know, they're down astronomically, 40, 50%, whatever. And you're like, damn, I messed up. Now, like I've said many times in the stream, I don't think that the bull market's done. I don't think we are now entering into the bear market. I don't think that's the case. So if you end up selling altcoins right now, let's use Say for an example. Right? If you end up selling something like Say here at 41 cents, maybe, just maybe, it will come back down to where it was in this altcoin bear market of 2024. And maybe it will go down to 30 cents. And you're like, I knew I did a good move and sold it at 40 cents. I knew it was going to drop lower. But probably what will happen, whether it happens from here at current price or it happens from down here, it's probably going to put in a higher high at some point and go like this. Okay, so I wouldn't look to sell my like core altcoin positions until we see Bitcoin dominance drop to at least down here, to at least the 50% level, as well as USDT dominance dropping below 3.7%. You want to see it down here towards 3%. That's me personally, all right? That's when I'll be looking to sell. Right now, I think it would be succumbing to your emotions if you sell at current prices. S Crypto says Ort, Sensei, AI Tech, and NAI are the best AI coins. That's largely subjective. Everyone's going to have their own list of AI coins. I've said this in the past, right? You watch my video, I shared AI coins. You go watch Alex Becker's video, he shares 10 completely different AI coins. You go watch another guy on YouTube, he shares 10 completely different coins from what I shared and Alex Becker shared. You go watch the next video, it's 5 different coins that none of us talked about. It's largely subjective, which again is why you need your own critical thinking skills and you need to come to your own decisions. But if you think those are the best bags, cool. I got a fat bag of Ort. I got some AI tech too. All right, so if you're right, I'll make a shitload of money. That's cool. If I'm right with Cubic, I'll make a shitload of money. Whatever. I mean, it's largely subjective, man. Everyone has their own take on things. Anyways, if we look at Render, is it a good buy now at the daily 200 EMA? Test of the quarterly open, yes. Yes, it is a good buy. All right, this thing was up at 12 bucks not too long ago at the start of December. Here it is, basically almost 50% lower. Yes, I think it's a good buy, 40% lower. We got a super chat from Jordan. He says, thoughts on Bepe and or trust the process? Put wins in stablecoins before it dropped. Thoughts on Bepe and or trust the process? Well, if you already have taken profits from it, and you're looking to buy it back in, like I said, right, this is going to be the level you want to see hold, which is 8 million to 5 million market cap. So if you want to redeploy your profits, you know, you're doing it, if you sold the top, you're doing it 60 to 70% lower from the top. All right, so that's good, right? You're buying a major discount. So again, I'm not going to tell you, yeah, you need to put those profits back into the market to compound it because you need to make more. Like, look, if you're happy with that, I would say to walk away from the casino. I think that would be the most logical thing to do. Just walk away from the casino and book the win. But if you insist on, you know, getting back in because you're very bullish on Bepe, I would say that down here from 8 to 5 million would be a pretty logical place to redeploy the capital. Up to you though. But yeah, the best move is probably to just walk away from the casino if you're happy with the profits. Big time. All right, big drop from 25 cents to 13 cents, but tested your quarterly open. Test of this support at 14 cents. Support, resistance, flip to support again. So look, for big time now, big drop. Definitely flushed a lot of people out, especially those on leverage. Very doubtful it will come back down like to 6 cents, 8 cents. So yeah, I would be looking for big time really between 14 and 10 cents. Let's go ahead and pull a fib to confirm my suspicions. So golden pocket right at current price basically, and then you're 78.6 at 10 cents. So yes, that does confirm my suspicions. Big time, this is your buy zone for it in here. Jordan, is trust the process a coin on Solana? Is that what you're asking me? It is. I've never heard of this coin before. Looks like it was released 2 weeks ago on December 7th. So something like this The shelf life on these meme coins is very short. All right. Again, there's an infinite amount of them, things like that, especially on Solana. Solana is a different story than Base or ETH, right? Solana is a different game entirely. So it's really hard for me to answer this question because, look, I've seen coins like that have this chart go pump another 10x. I've also seen them die out completely. So I'm going to stay completely neutral and say I have no idea what's going to happen to this coin. Zero clue. Probability-wise, it's probably going to go down. But, again, I've seen them pump like crazy still, so hard to say. All the trench warriors that bought this thing early, it's actually not that bad. It's up 4x or so, 5x, but still a 32 mil market cap for this coin. I mean, I really don't know. No idea. Shout out to Josh saying like it up. Yes, sir. Appreciate that, guys. Smash up that like button. HH, I already answered that question. Top legend, we already looked at Tau. Look, it's at a pretty important level. Right here in the discount of its range at the range lows. If it's going to lose this, it will come down to 365. We got another super chat from Omar. He says, with older coins that hit all-time highs last cycle, do you think it's possible for them to go back to those highs? Axie, for example, would be a 23x, and that sounds too good to be true. So Omar, no, most coins from last cycle will not make new all-time highs. Axie is a good example, what you just said. Right, I think there's a very low chance it goes back up to $166. Something like 30 to 40 bucks. Possible, yeah, I think it's possible, but 166, slim chance. Filecoin, slim chance it goes back up to $430 from $4 now. With the inflation on these coins, there's a lot more supply. So basically the market cap has gone up a lot, but the price has actually gone down a lot. All right, and this is the problem with a lot of old coins. Now, there are exceptions like the ISO coins, XRP, HBAR. What is the all-time high of HBAR? What is it, 56 cents or something? 57 cents, yeah. So, you know, it depends on what the coin is and the narrative behind it. All-time high on this is 56 cents, yeah. But yeah, for most coins, no, they won't go on to make new all-time highs. Axie, no. Filecoin, no. Maybe some of these ISO coins, especially if they're made in America. Trump has said that American crypto companies and American cryptocurrencies, he's going to give a lot of like benefits to them and perks, like you don't have to pay taxes on American coins. So maybe things like that will send some of these dinos to new all-time highs, but most of them, no, they will not make new all-time highs for the reasons like I mentioned. Inflation, more coins in circulation, market cap is higher but the price is lower. Dilution is a very real thing. But anyways, thank you for the support, Omar, for the super chat. Anyways, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap up this live stream right now. We've been live for an hour and a half, hour and 23 minutes if you count the intro timer, but still a lot of time spent today. We did go over a lot of charts. Let me remove those annoying sound effects. I'm going to totally delete those from OBS after this stream so they don't randomly play anymore. But anyways, guys, thanks for your support today. We got 1 week left of the new year. We got Christmas in a few days. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button because we're not going anywhere. We have a lot more work to do this cycle because I don't think it's over just yet. So thanks for your support today, guys. Smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you all very soon. My name is Connor from Crypto Empire, signing out. Have a good day.